Hey, what's up guys? AirsoftMan819 here with another review. Today's review is going to be on a third-party Xbox 360 controller. This will be the third-party Xbox 360 controller I've ever reviewed. And once again, my opinion on it is relatively positive. It's called the Rock Candy controller, made by, it's either PCP or PDP. I can't really read it very well on the back. But it's made by the same company that makes the Afterglow controllers. But before I get to the actual review, I have modified this controller slightly. I've replaced the thumbstick caps. The original ones are white, like this here. These are the actual thumbsticks. They're white and they're solid plastic, so they're a little bit slippery. And I really didn't like that, so I swapped them out for some PlayStation 3 joysticks. So I have an Xbox 360 controller with PlayStation 3 joysticks on it. So, okay, so the story behind this controller is my brother is staying with us for a while. He's having a little trouble at home. No need to go into detail, but he was staying here, and he forgot his controller at his house. So I was like, man, there's no way we can play Xbox because I don't have a spare 360 controller offhand. So we decided to go to the store and see what the cheapest thing they had was, and this was it. It was $25. It was $5 cheaper than anything else that was there, so we got it. And so yeah, it is essentially the same exact controller as the Afterglow, except it does not glow. There's no LEDs or anything. It's just a very simple controller, wired obviously. They give you about 7-8 feet of wire here, this white wire. You have the trademark breakaway cable, if I can find the arrows, there we go. In case you step on the cord, it won't yank the console off the table or the shelf. Ends in the standard USB plug, so I do believe you can use this for PC. Not entirely sure, guys, but I'm pretty sure it'll work. And overall, it's a good controller for the money. The buttons click very positively and respond pretty well. Obviously, they're not as responsive as the first-party controllers, but they do work. You have 2 analog triggers, which work really well. I was surprised at the quality of the triggers. The bumpers are a little bit on the loose side. They have a little bit of creep before they finally click. And the click is very weak and faint. So the first thing I see wearing out on this controller is the bumpers, because the bumpers feel fairly weak, sadly. You have your start and back button here, which work fairly well. Have your menu button here in the middle. Has the ring of light to indicate which player you are. The little X here is just a sticker. You have a fairly standard Xbox 360 style D-pad. It's about the same as the Microsoft brand. It's a little bit mushy. It doesn't feel the best, but it does work. The thumbsticks, like I said, I replaced these thumbsticks with PlayStation 3 thumbsticks, but the actual stick, the responsiveness and the movement feels a little bit funky. It doesn't feel quite right. Like it only feels like it wants to go side to side and up and down. It doesn't feel, when you push it diagonally, it doesn't respond very well for some reason. But they do work fairly well. They click positively, and the clicking is very responsive and works fine. You have dual rumble, obviously. You can see the rumble motors here. This is translucent blue color. You have a chat and headset port right here, so you can hook up your chat pad or a headset, which is a good plus. Some controllers do not have the chat pad port right here. So it's fairly similar in shape and feel to the Microsoft brand. This is my custom competitive controller that I use for Black Ops 2, so I'll give you a little comparison here. So as far as size, shape, and ergonomics, the controllers are fairly similar. This one is a little bit fatter. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. But it's not too hard to tell now. But this one's a little bit fatter, but it's not uncomfortable by any means. And yeah, so it does work. If you're a hardcore competitive gamer, no. Okay, this controller is not near as responsive as the Microsoft brand. It's not near as responsive. But if you need a spare controller for your buddy who comes over sometimes and he's not really that good at Xbox anyways, and you just need a spare controller to give somebody, this will work just fine. And it works well, it's cheap. It's made by a reasonably reputable company. Like I said, I think it's PDP. It's PDP, Performance Design Products. They have their own website. I haven't checked that out. I'll have to check that out. Rock Candy for Xbox 360. It comes in a variety of colors. It comes in like red, purple, pink, green. This was literally the last one they had, so I had to get the blue one. So this has been my quick review on the PDP Rock Candy controller. It works, and it's well made, but it's nowhere near a competitive controller. So thanks for watching, guys.